I can't vlog.
Hi, hello, this is the state of things.
It's your boy Nate. I read books because reading is sexy, and if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Sorry. Sorry if you can hear noise in the background. I have dinner in the air fryer. But here to talk about some books. When did I finish this? I think it was Monday I finished this. I read Idol Moves by Salvo. This is out November 7th by Jet Space Studio. Yes, and it follows this K-pop star Taehyun. Falls in love with this guy in LA named Jason Park, and they just developed this really cool gay romance, you know, fulfilling every single boy group fantasy that we won't go there. But for my EXO fans, 17, NCT, if y'all out there and y'all love K-pop, they're the cream of the crop, cream of the crop. Oof, but there are just some spicy scenes in this, and just sprinkled throughout. They're quite generous, healthy portions, wants you reading more. And then there's also just like a lot of really cool thrill elements to it too. It gets sort of action-packed. It's just a lot of fun. It was exactly the kind of read that I needed, and it put me in better spirits, we'll say that. The ending hit me with quite a surprise. Emotionally, tonally, it was very different than what I was expecting this read to be. I was expecting for it to have some sort of like really happy ending, but it took a turn. It took a turn, and I was actually quite surprised by the end of it, like how political it is. Korea is still a very conservative country. There isn't enough queer representation in media, and here is Taehyun just like being gay and being proud about it, and is so relentless in his representation. His entertainment company lets go of him, and he sort of just has to do everything on his own and moves to a different media company, and a lot happens. It's just entertaining. It's like high entertainment, is political but doesn't go overboard with it. Really sexy, spicy scenes throughout. Just oh, so good. So much fun. This is book 2 in what is a series, and now I kind of want to read book 1. Although I did read that, I think it's in the acknowledgements that Salvo admits that they wanted to take a darker turn with this one versus the first one. Sort of the quote-unquote dark elements, which I don't think are that dark at all. Hits every single mark just perfectly, and it's a 4-star read. 4-star read. So easy to read as well. If you're a K-pop stan and you follow those Twitters, I know you do. I'm not gonna say what kind of Twitters, but y'all know the ones. And y'all have fantasies. Fantasies are lived through in this book, let me tell ya. Idol Moves, Salvo. Pick it up, pick it up. After that, I was like, okay, well, that was a lot of fun. Fun time over. And decided to read Pulling the Chariot of the Sun, a memoir of a kidnapping by McCrae. I received this as a giveaway win. I never win those things, so this was really surprising, by Scribner. So thank you, Scribner, for making me a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. But boy, oh boy, this is the very essence of how memory works when trying to pinpoint the very center of trauma. The way this memoir works is that it continually goes around in circles, is searching for entry points and exits in how to relay this story from a child's perspective. And when you do that, all of these other things flood in, all of the peripheries, and you get all of these really gorgeous and beautiful details of what is, I would say, a very gracious childhood, but also a beautiful childhood. There's just these really beautiful moments that are rendered and images that are just, it just makes you realize like how big the imagination is when you're a child, while also hitting you hard with the emotional resonance of what it means to be kidnapped and being away from your mother and father. And I won't say how he's kidnapped, and I won't spoil anything because it's actually very, very interesting. I think halfway through the book, it takes an almost literary turn, and we understand where Shane is coming from a writer's perspective, and learning what memory is and how it operates. Scribner also sent me his poetry collection as well, and so some of the poetic moments just swell so beautifully, and the images come back again and again, and just rendered with such beauty, and it's beauty upon beauty and all of these gorgeous layers that makes this such an enriching read. And I'll be honest, this is not a book. Judging a book by its cover, this is not a book I would pick up ever. Honestly, kind of read this because I was just like, I just want to like get through all of the books that, you know, I don't want to read in public so much. It doesn't make a pretty Instagram picture. I'm sorry, Shane, I'm sorry. This is really good, but I'm just not a fan of the artwork per se and the orange. There's just something, this color orange is very different from Whole Studies orange. Okay, it's not that drastic, but there's just something just like really off-putting about this. I don't know, but there's a richer orange in here. Can you see? Can you see the difference? More alluring about this orange than this orange. Anyway, either I'm very anal and particular, but this isn't something I picked up, but I'm so glad that I did because of the way McCrae is able to just render moments of his childhood so beautifully. And I've overused render within this review of this book, but when I tell you render, he really did render. He really did. And it's an incredible collection of moments and memories progressing into understanding and coming to terms with this kidnapping. But I'm going to read this little portion for you because I think it sums up the book beautifully. It's within the acknowledgements, a little excerpt he took from after writing on the liturgical. After writing on the liturgical consummation of philosophy, resurrection is a process at work in non-identical repetition, by which that which is repeated is not unmediably different, but analogously the same. This redemptive return is what allows a person to tell a story, since for these to be a story there must be an analogous subjects and objects, persisting as same yet different. And so every story is by definition a resurrection story. And that's what it is. Shane is resurrecting moments of the past and giving them life, giving them color, beyond his childhood perspective, incorporating his present-day perspective, his adult self. And there's this beautiful communication going on with the adult and the child and the understanding through the prose, not directly, but through the prose and the emotional distance within the way he relays this story. And it's just so gorgeously done. It also reminded me of a read I did last year, Will and Testament by Vigdis Hjorth. And that one also plays with the idea of memory and trauma and just circling back and forth and sort of the repetition of it all. But you understand when something is a gimmick versus when something is a practice or an artwork trying to learn of itself. There's a major difference. There's a major difference, and it's amazing how you can spot the difference when you constantly look at pieces of work that look at memory, repetition, and trauma. Very interesting and very well done in this. So, and after this, I decided to pick up Blueberries by Ellena Savage because I'm doing a buddy read of this with Charlie. Love you, Charlie. Cool guy. And lo and behold, it's about the same thing. The first essay within this collection is about memory, trauma, and the repetition of things in order to get to the core of the very hurt of it all. I'm like halfway through this, and the first essay is so compelling. I just love the way Savage's mind works in that she uses this very interesting form. It's memoir, essay, intrusions of the present-day self in talks with the past self as she basically goes back to Lisbon after a decade of a sexual assault case that she was involved with as a victim. So it's incredible the way that she goes about telling this narrative and just so exquisitely done. And then the essay after is done in a completely different form as well, in this like diary entries. And then the next essay is called The Museum of Rape and Content Warning. It's sort of written as a collection of museum plaque descriptions, and that's like the whole essay in itself. And this collection just like plays with form in a very interesting way, and it's very refreshing and having lots of fun. I need to respond to those voice messages. I will respond to you, Charlie. I will. Yeah, those are the reading updates. Capitalism visited me today. I got a package from Korean Sephora, which I've never shopped from ever. This is my first Sephora purchase. So I was running out of hand cream. Yeah, we just needed a restock, and I decided to try something different. Tea Collective's Junos. I use Artemis, and that one has a very earthy smell to it. It feels like, you know, you dipped your hands in the very skin of the earth. It smells like soil, and there's just something very enriching and beautiful about it. But one of my friends was using this, and I really liked it. But I totally forget what it smells like. What I do recall is the smell of yuzu in it. Yuzu, perilla leaf, and eucalyptus. Love that. Love. Oh, also, I need to show you this. Their boxes are just so beautiful. Just the works of art. I love this so much. Okay, but let me give you the notes that my nose picked up. Do you trust my nose? Oh my gosh. I love that. I can already smell the eucalyptus. And I just love the formula for this. It's like a good amount of like dense richness to it. I hate when like some hand creams are just like so oily, and I'm just like, I don't need that. I don't need like my phone covered in like fingerprints. But this, though it does, it's like not like heavy. Okay, what this sort of reminds me of is Sentiage by Barney's New York hand cream that I have. It smells like a very nice clinic, like a very nice Korean beauty skincare store. Like it was newly furnished, but this one has a stronger, I want to say, organic nature to it. Eucalyptus is strong. Now I remember the yuzu is like, it's faint, but it's there. Like not overpowering enough, so it's not very citrusy. But I think I do like this a lot more than Sentiage by Barney's that I have. This is the Barney's one, Sentiage. And let me just, this is a lot sweeter. Well, this does smell a lot more organic. And the sweet is very subtle in this one. But yeah, they play in the same realm. No wonder why I like both of these. What was I gonna say about this? Oh, I don't really like the formula on this. I find that I have to like do at least 2 rub throughs. That's an awful, I shouldn't say that. I don't like that. Rub through. Oh, gross. But I like have to like apply it, and then I find the need to go in with another schlop of hand cream and go at it again. Anyway, did you need to know that? I don't know. But that's where we're at. Mental check-in. I'm okay. Today was kind of rough. You know, I've been trying to figure out like, how do I follow up? How do I follow up with that last check-in? And I really don't know what to tell you guys, but I'm okay. Today was kind of hard though. I didn't really want to be anywhere around people, honestly. There's just like messages I have to respond to, but it's just like, I'm just like really out of it, y'all. I'm out of it. And then I have a freaking meeting in like 30 minutes. So that's why I'm making food now. But yeah, I have like a 2-hour Zoom meeting. Why is it 2 hours? What am I gonna do? Okay, anyway. Hope you all staying lovely. Also, I have like no idea. See, one of my friends asked me to come out this weekend. I don't know how I feel. It's like, 1, I don't feel the best. 2, what they would want me to do is go out, because why am I not living life, you know? It's so strange. It's like, when you have a life, like, you have a life like that like disappears and is no longer here, the dead would want you to live. The dead would want you to live life to the fullest because theirs was cut short, right? I would want that out of anybody. I would want everyone to be doing the best of the best for themselves. And I should, but at the same time, it's just like, I can't with like my feelings right now and like my mental state. I'm gonna see what my gut says by the end. After this meeting, we'll figure it out because I gotta prepare for that. So I'm gonna eat real quick and then jump on this Zoom meeting. Oh God, don't you just love work? Blueberries. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I just got done with this essay called Holidays with Men, and it's split in between two parts, as you can see here. The larger print is sort of a larger scope of her holiday with this man who ends up just being poopy. Very, very poopy. And then the smaller text gives very intimate and very private details, very specific moments in her life, and shame in general. And in the previous essay, she talks about this idea of shame and how it could be used as a tool or a weapon and used to weaponize in order to combat different anxieties within our culture. And it's just very, very interesting. I'm having a good time. If any of you have forgotten, I'm buddy reading with Charlie from Grandpa's Book Club, and oh, he's so great. He's so great. I just love Charlie. You're fab. Fab buddy read. Taking it slow because I don't know why, but I jumped many pages, and I hate putting people in the position of playing catch-ups. We won't go any further. So I decided to start Frisk by Dennis Cooper. Okay, y'all have really enlightened me. I had no idea that this was part of a quartet, the George Miles cycle, and this is book 2. And I was told that you don't really have to read them in order because they're more done in sentiment than actual like chronological order. It's good. It's good. You know, having spent the past 2 weeks catching up on Greg Araki's filmography, sliding into this, very good. Very, very nice. But so far, it's just this guy named Henry and Julian who are at a party. They're on substances. They're drinking, and they're having the fun time, doing the dirty. I've finished the first chapter, and Dennis Cooper has this brilliant way of just evoking the stank of teen spirit, of teenage adolescence, and it's so good. I love being here. What was I watching recently where, oh yes, it was a recent interview with Harmony Korine, because he showed Gummo somewhere in Europe at a film festival, and he's getting traction again, which is really interesting. And it's just like really interesting because I just read New Millennium Boys. Alex Kazemi dwells within that world of the coming of age, and who was it? It was the interviewer who was talking to Harmony Korine about like how coming of age stories are timeless because everyone experiences coming of age. Everyone can relate to leaving adolescence and into adulthood. And I just thought that was beautiful. Everyone encounters this experience because we all go through it. And I just thought that was a little beautiful detail of how timeless the story of youth can be. I'm enjoying it. But at the park, earlier today, I finished The Many Hundreds of the Scent, poems by Shane McCrae. Also, I need to show you all, but like the end pages for this book are just so stunning. I love that. Oh, love it in black and white. It's so, so gorgeous. There's something about the haziness, the way that the photo is quite blurry as well, and the way that his face is like shrouded. It's so good. It's at the back too. Oh, is it not? I swear it was, y'all. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Single image. Oh, so good. Yeah, I was just so enamored by McCrae's prose because I just read his memoir. I just finished this memoir of his, and I couldn't stop thinking about it because of the way memory works, and I'm really concentrated on memory. And I just wanted to revisit his prose, and did so through this poetry collection, which centers around the Black body, the violence against it, and really poems at the end of the world, poems when we feel so much loss, yet so much love and wanting to love, while also feeling dispirited. I want to take a look. I was supposed to do this before I filmed, but okay. 2023, this was published, the memoir collection was published. Okay, both of these came out in 2023. So crazy. I feel like this definitely came before the memoir though, because some of these poems focus on the kidnapping that's later explored here and later fleshed out a lot better than they were here. I think poetry doesn't have the same effect in terms of investigation that fiction or memoir does, in that it's too sparse. There's so little words on the page, and that's how magnificent it is, because it's through the very few words and the negative space on the page that allows close attention to the words itself versus, say, the narrative. It was really interesting to see sort of the seeds, the kernels of his investigations in memory in this poetry collection so that he could produce something as magnificent as this. Gorgeous prose. I'm gonna read this bit for you. I thought it was quite lovely. How clear the heart where men lie is, if he was killed by love, once love, said it was love. Not the love that packed the body in the heart of the earth, not the last love that informed or instigated the concern, to see the body buried, to see the gray cheeks blushed. There's just this very frenetic energy to his poems that I think come from rage, sadness, and I guess overall passion, therefore really speaking from the human heart, and brilliantly done. There's this one on America and the Black body that's just like so good, and I mean, this poem will forever be ingrained in me whenever I see a child gone from the world. But it's called Your Black Child. Just this one poem here. America, you never had a black child. I tell myself you never had a black child. America, because I love you still, because I have to love you, since you're still alive. But how are you alive when your black child is dead, who was alive and you were, every moment of her life, watching her close? Who should have been your life? I tell myself, America, she was your life. I tell myself you knew she was, because I have to love you still, since you are still alive. And it's a day since you killed her, because I am your black child. I raise my hands from the keys, slowly, because I am your black child. Yeah, just power. And the way that some of the words are spaced out, very interesting in terms of rhythm, and produces this almost brilliant effect in terms of negative space. I haven't seen it, I think I have seen it used before, but not to this effect. Quite effective. You can get through this in a day, a few 70 pages, and really, really wonderful, strong poems. And we also got some mail. So yeah, capitalism really, really healing the heart here. This box is dancing on its own. How do I want to open this? Arbo. I've been eyeing this because there's this content creator on the Clock app, and I love her. Her name's Kira. She was living in Korea for a bit, and then now she is in San Francisco. Her aesthetic is just so sickening. I love it. Like, her whole thing is like ash gray denim with like leather jacket, hair like pulled up into chopsticks, silver jewelry, really sexy scents. She's a Byredo girl, Lalabo. like you see her and you know she smells good. Anyway, she recommended this cologne a few vlogs back. I tried it in the store and it was so infectious and I couldn't stop smelling myself. I had a good time sniffing myself. Oh, so cute. Love this packaging. They definitely sprayed the packaging for sending it. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Cute. Cute. I love that. A little lunch bag. Oh, you guys. Korean packaging, it makes you so happy. The attention to detail. Cannot stress this enough. Oh, but this was like 50% off, plus my membership discount on a site called Mushinsa, which is a Korean brand, like a Korean, what do you call it? It's like a curation of Korean brands, and they do have a US site, and they do ship to the US. Or international, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'll leave the link downstairs if you're curious about Korean fashion and everything, and brands. But here it is. It is called Case Study Number 12, Dance and Balance. I'm probably going to be a broken record about this. Oh, let me just show the box because it's quite nice. But yeah, I really wanted a winter scent, and the notes on this, a very creamy vanilla, pepper, and the pepper just does it. It's not like a very strong pepper, it's just like very light, and it spikes at the end, which I love. That's what makes this so, oh my god, spooky. Okay, well, there's the cap. There it is. Oh my god, I'm a beauty influencer. Okay, there it is. Yummy. I'm not gonna spray this because I really want to savor it. Okay, maybe one spritz. No, because I'm about to shower soon. Okay, no. Oh, here are the notes. It says spicy musk, calamus. What the hell is that? Sandalwood, vanilla, berries, and pepper. The berries aren't strong, but the vanilla is there and it's smoothed out with the sandalwood. And I think that's what makes it. Little light peppers that just like come in like quick spikes. And that's what makes the scent gorgeous. Dance and Balance. Love this. If you like vanilla, I think you really like this. I just thought this would be perfect for winter. I think I'm good. I'm good on scents because I have For Rest, which I still use. And this is also really great for winter as well. It's very warm, sweet, and heavy on the orange, which I love. And I just think that's perfect for winter. Okay, now my table's a mess. So we have a Blackwell's order. This was a pre-order, so here it is. It has finally come. Here to talk to you about, y'all, you're gonna be like, ugh, heavy eye roll on this, but as soon as I heard the news that Luca Guadagnino was going to adapt it for a TV series, I was just like, okay, I'll do it. Y'all, I got The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis. Don't come after me like that, okay? I felt that. But for all my gays out there, my hot gays who liked this like book ran up your alley like real hard. I'm gonna do it. I talked to Sophie about this as well, and I mean, I'm gonna admit she's right, and I think Bret Easton Ellis definitely needs an editor. Also, I did this cover. I really love. I'm gonna leave the other cover here that I really liked, and I wanted that one as well. But then I saw this, and I was just like, this is giving, ooh, I don't know, Gillian Flynn in a way, like mass paperback, but kind of chic and sexy. I don't know. It was this, like the blood stain on the shirt like that. I don't know. I just love this cover. But I do love the other cover. It's wonderful. Font is okay. Kind of tiny, kind of worried. Jesus, this thing is, what did I say about big books, y'all? Why do I do this to myself? We got The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis. I think this needs no introduction, but it is sort of in the realm of autofiction. Bret is the main character, follows his youth in LA, and there's a series of murders. Yeah, it's like a murder mystery. Yeah. Yes. I hope you're doing a lot better than I am. Yeah. Be well, do good work, keep in touch.